Alright, Channel 12 fam, it's your boy the 12th letter, doing an audit down here at the police department in Mustang, Oklahoma. We're going to try to see if we can get a look at some of their cars, and then we're going to take a look inside, okay? Let's see what this sign says over here. Ooh, shit. I see a restricted sign, so we're going to respect all signs. How you doing? Okay, a restricted sign over here. Okay. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get back to see the police cars. Because right here it says restricted area, police department personnel and vehicles only. So that is the correct sign that they need to have up if they don't want me going back there. We're going to take a look at the American flag that is not waving in the breeze. American flag and the Oklahoma flag. They do have it fenced off, so I'm not going to be able to walk back there. I guess I'm not going to have much luck on this audit. I was hoping to get a look at some of their police cars. I guess I'm just going to have to settle for the lobby. I don't know if you guys noticed this, ain't not one black face up there. Of course, this is 2 years ago. Look at that, not one black face up there. They got some good artwork. I don't know about that thin blue line going through that flag. You see that? That is a sign of oppression. The reason I have such a huge dislike about that thin blue line is because they was down there at the insurrection, you know, along with the Confederate flag and the Trump flag. And we already know that Trump was racist. No, just looking around, ma'am. I said, no, I'm just looking around your lobby. Uh-huh. This is also 2 years ago. That says 2019. Now, they do have a showcase over here. It's not, the lights aren't turned on over here. I don't see a light switch, but They have a pretty good showcase. I will give them that. They got a pretty good showcase. Look, an old dash cam. Some old equipment up there, along with a hat and a badge. Switchboard for dispatch. Looks like a 45 in there. Old walkie-talkies. Another dispatch board. They got a few guns in here. Don't know what this is. What is that, a rape kit? No, it can't be no rape kit. I'm sorry. That's, I don't know what that is, but it's not a rape kit. I think that's a drug testing kit. You know, like if they find cocaine or something in your car or something. Yeah, matter of fact, that's what it is, because look, they got pictures of the pills. Look, all the stuff that was confiscated. Brass knuckles, knives, some old lead bullets. Sorry about that. See, another drug testing kit right here. Mustang City Jail. They got a shotgun up there. A few shotguns. There's about 3 or 4 shotguns up there. They got 3 pistols right here. And they got those metal flashlights. And look at this down there. You see that blade with them things on the side of it. Let's see what they got over here. Suicide prevention. There's some flyers. Oh, I lied. Look, there's one black person. City Council. Okay. Well, that's interesting. If they allow us, we're gonna try to take a look at their cars. Don't know what this is over here. It says communication, but they got some kind of decor on the windows here. You see that? All right. This lady keeps looking at me through this window over here. Look, she just scoping, tattletaling. What's this over here? Oklahoma vehicle. Oh, okay. If you get into a car accident, that's what that's for. Okay, so they give you a lot of pamphlets. So that's good also. Trying to keep the public informed. Look, they got an open records request. 25 cents per page. The cop just came out. Don't know exactly what he's here for.
You all right?
Yep. Is there a way I can get a tour?
Tour?
Yeah.
I'll have to arrange that through the chief.
Okay.
I can't take you to the jail today because we actually have inmates in there. And
Okay.
Our policy prevents us from taking visitors through the jail.
Okay.
When we actually have inmates back there or prisoners, whatever you want to call it. But let me talk to the chief. Let me see if he's in his office.
Okay. I do news stories on police cars. Since the taxpayers want to know, hey, where's our money going?
Yeah,
What are the
yeah.
cars looking at, and that type of thing. So I do news stories on that.
Okay.
And if possible, if he lets me, maybe I could take a look at your cars in the back.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we
Okay.
have all different kinds of cars. We have Chargers and we have Tahoes. We have
Okay.
a couple of Ford Explorers back there. Some of them have dash cameras in them. Some of them don't. As we go to newer cars, we just recently went to the WatchGuard body camera system. And so as we go to newer cars, those newer cars are going to be upfitted to where they can charge those with cameras, and they're all compatible and stuff.
Okay.
Some of the older cars, though, I mean,
You think you guys might ever go all electric?
on our vehicles?
Yeah.
Whoa. Maybe one day. I mean, because that's kind of how the world's going.
Right.
They're getting away from like the V8s and stuff like that.
Right.
So maybe one day, but probably, I've got 23 years on
Okay.
as an officer. I've got about 8 more to do before I can actually retire. Probably not in the next 8 years. However, some of these newer guys, I mean, they will probably see it in their careers.
Right.
I know, I want to say Broken Arrow maybe just bought a bunch of electric cars.
Okay.
There's a town up by Tulsa that just bought a bunch of electric cars. So I'm not real sure though. I know for us, probably not in my career.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Probably with
But that's the way the world's going. I mean, in the next, 15 years,
Yeah.
GM's talking about doing all electric.
Right.
And that's what we primarily drive is the Tahoe. We're getting away from the Chargers and
Why?
Well,
The Chargers is that beast, man. That Hemi.
I'm a big fan of the Charger, but I also know that from a cost standpoint, it costs more to fix those. The brakes cost more, the tires cost more, things like that. Also, I know our agency, anyways, we're getting away from pursuits. We're kind of moving towards. Not that we won't chase you in a Tahoe, we will.
Right.
But our chief is he just thinks that the Tahoe is a better vehicle. And a lot of times vehicle purchases are driven by the agency head. So
Okay.
It really depends on what your chief wants.
Okay.
The rank and file line officers don't really get to pick what the department buys. That's
Right.
all on the state contract
And the budgets and stuff.
Anything, anybody that's familiar with government work knows that usually you get what the lowest bidder provides you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just it is what it is. But let me see if he's in his office. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure thing.
And if he's not in his office, I'll get one of his cards, and that way you can call him and arrange a meeting with him and all that good stuff. So,
All right.
Like I said, you got any questions before I go, or if you think of anything, you can ask me
no.
when I get back.
Okay.
Take me just a few seconds. I'll be right back.
Thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was very, very pleasant. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Wonder which chief. Oh no, these are captains. I wonder which chief is going to come out. Which chief is going to come out? Oh, that's the chief. This is the deputy chief. Okay. I'm getting a little glare. I might have to clean my lens off. Yeah. So he's gonna go back there and check to see if he might be able to give us a tour. And I think that will be awesome. If this video gets too long, then I will trim it down. But right now, it's okay. I'm trying to see if we can get a tour so we can at least check out the cars. Make sure there ain't no damage. Make sure there ain't no oil leaks. Make sure they got some good tires on there. Oh, look at that. That's one of them SWAT helmets. Bulletproof SWAT helmets. Got some binoculars. And look. Tear gas. And they got a nice pump shotgun in there. Okay.
So this is the chief's card. His name's Robert Burroughs Close.
Okay.
His email's right down there at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, and that's yours. You take that with you. If you'll email him and try to set something up,
Okay.
I will tell you, and I didn't even think about it. I should have. We're both wearing masks. With the COVID protocols and stuff going on, visitors behind the locked doors are actually kind of limited. So
Okay.
that's another reason why anything's got to be scheduled through him.
Okay.
Is because of COVID and things like that. I know if you're visiting any like us, if that's these ladies' office right here, they're allowed to work without wearing a mask in their own areas. But if they get up, like me wearing mine, if I get up and I go to another area, I'm supposed to have it on, especially in the general public and stuff. But that's me on the lower right-hand side right there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's me right there.
All right, Captain.
That way you can put a face
right.
with the name.
Thank you very much for being pleasant.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for talking to me.
Man,
And
I tell you what, we have a few First Amendment auditors that come through, and I've always tried to be very, very friendly with those guys. I appreciate what you guys do. Not everybody that does what you do is anti-police. Sometimes they're just pro-First Amendment.
Right.
And freedom of speech and things like that. And I'll be honest, man, 23 years doing this job, I've got nothing to hide.
And it's come a long way too.
Well,
a long way.
Law enforcement's a lot different than it was 23 years ago.
Right.
We didn't have cameras in our cars, we didn't have body cameras. Most of us carried a little audio recorder in our pocket just to protect ourselves from like false complaints and things like that. I carried one for a long time, and I'm really glad now that when I'm in my car, I've got a body camera and I've got a body mic that records what I do and records my interaction with the public, because you can ask anybody that knows me. I'm a very pleasant guy. I'm always super nice to folks. I've got nothing to hide. So anybody that knows me knows I'm a nice guy, and I'm just out here trying to do my job and keep people safe.
And I do appreciate it.
If I can answer questions to folks like yourself, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've got his card, if you'll set something up with him, shoot him an email. I know he's at a meeting this morning. He should be back after lunch.
Okay.
But I don't know what his schedule looks like. Obviously, I'm a captain, and if you look at the wall, I'm the lowest ranking captain. Right. So I'm not in the.
But you made it. You made it though.
You know what? 23 years, I put in my time.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean. I worked my way up, so I'm pretty fortunate to be where I am, and like I said, I think a lot of that's just got to do with my personality and making sure that communication's there and openness and transparency and stuff. So.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. No, I was gonna go back there, but I saw that sign over there that said only, that it was restricted. So I said, no, we're not gonna be violating nothing today.
Yeah. The gates are actually broken right now. That's why the arms are up. Right. And you know how it is, kind of like we were talking about earlier with budgets and stuff. Right. I'll be honest, man. I don't know where the money's at to fix the gates and to make sure those things work. But yeah, if you go back in the back, you are liable to get a couple, 2 or 3 officers kind of hit you up, want to know what you're doing back there, and why you're back there and stuff. But
we respect the signs.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, we don't want no trespassing, none of that stuff.
No
Some guy tried to trespass me the other day, and I was like, bruh, it's public property. What's going on?
Yeah, and I'll be honest, man. That's why we hang our photos up, is because, again, transparency. Some of these guys work nights and some of these guys work days, and we got nothing to hide from the public or anything. Right. You can kind of tell, like, that's the 2019 photo versus the 2021 photo. So some of us.
Oh, this is 2021.
So this is the most recent photo. Okay. So you'll see some newer faces on here that maybe aren't necessarily on this wall. Yeah. And like Officer Chastain right there, he doesn't work for us anymore, so you don't see him in this photo. This guy's retired. She's retired. Let's see. He works for Oklahoma City now. So there's some faces.
I have noticed. I only see. Well, I ain't gonna go that far. Let's just say I don't see any black folks.
Okay, so this photo that was taken right here, this was taken earlier this year, but we actually have a black officer that works for us. His name is Maurice Hawkins. Okay. So his photo is not on here, but when we update this board, it will be on this board. Okay. It will be added to this board, and all this stuff usually is by seniority. So he'll be on this board, but he'll be down here towards the bottom. Okay. But he won't be the very bottom because we hired him, and then we're in the process of hiring 2 more officers right now.
but he's in his last phase of training. He's going to be assigned to my night shift.
Okay.
So as the shift commander, I'm responsible for the day shift and the night shift.
Okay.
And our shifts run 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay.
So we work 12-hour shifts. We work 4, we're off for 3. We work for 3, we're off for 4.
So that sounds like the fire department.
Well, I'll be honest, those fire guys, they come on at 7 in the morning and they work 24-hour shifts.
Right.
But they're on 1, off 1, on 1, off 2, on 1, off like 4.
Right.
They actually work a total of 10 days a month, but their days are true days.
Right.
24-hour days. Our days are 12-hour days, and then like the shift commander, the shift captains, our schedules vary. So this week I'm 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Next week I might be noon to midnight.
Oh wow.
I mean, we kind of have to shift our stuff around depending on how our manpower is, so that our busiest hours are from noon to midnight.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we have adequate staffing for those hours. But yeah, we do have we have Hispanic officers. We did hire Officer Hawkins.
Right.
So and I know today when we tested, so like I said, we're testing right now for new hires. We had a pretty diverse group test with us this morning.
Okay.
So I think out of 12 applicants, there were 4 African Americans, there were a couple of Hispanic guys. We try to be as diverse as we can.
Good.
You know what I mean? We really do. So.
One thing I did say, I like your police station. I love your display over here.
Yes, sir.
The only thing I don't like, see, I like this decor.
Yeah.
All except for that thin blue line through there.
Thin blue line.
That thin blue line irks the mess out of me because that same flag was flying down there at the insurrection along with the Confederate flag and the Trump flag.
Yeah.
And it represents to me, I don't know about everybody else, but it represents to me a sign of oppression.
Okay. Well, I'll be honest. I didn't. Again, it's kind of like with the budget. Mm-hmm. I'm rank and file. I don't pick the decor.
Yeah, I know.
But I will say, if this is an issue, if you'll talk to the chief and let him know what your concerns are with it, he is open. He's very he's open to suggestions from the public. He's open for communication, again, transparency and stuff. Mm-hmm. So if you do have some concerns and some valid fears that maybe to you this is a sign of oppression, again, a lot of times a person's perception is their reality.
Right.
So even though maybe that's not the intent behind this, and again, I didn't pick the decor, but
right.
That's probably that. It's not probably. It is not the intent behind this. It's not meant from us to be a symbol of oppression.
Right.
But I also understand that there's differences. There's some of the some folks don't like the blue line flag. Some folks don't like the Black Lives Matter movement. I mean, it is
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand that, and again, I'm not entitled to when I'm wearing my uniform. I'm not entitled to an opinion.
Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? Now, do any of your officers have that, like a patch on there, the thin blue line patch, or anything like that?
Not on their uniform.
Okay, good.
Oh no,
good.
No.
I talked to a chief over there in War Acres. He had a thin blue line flag sticker on his car, and I was like, bro, we can't have that. You gotta remove that.
I mean, there might be a guy or two in the back that has like a coffee mug with a thin blue line on it or something, but we would not wear anything like that on our uniform. Okay. Anything that we wear on our uniform has to be approved through policy, and our policies are all online. Okay. The chief can direct you to the website where you can find all of our policies and procedures. It's through a company called Lexipol.
Okay.
It's all open to the public. Again, First Amendment, we're not trying to, free it for you and all that stuff applies. We're not trying to hide any of our policies from anybody. The only thing we're really supposed to wear on our uniform would be department issued awards or accolades.
Nice.
Some of us have like, oh my goodness, for every 5 years you're here, they give you a bar that has a star on it. So like my little bar right now has like 3 stars on it because I've been here 18 years, but I've been in law enforcement for 23.
Okay.
I started with the Guthrie Police Department back in 1998.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I spent 5 years with Guthrie, and then I come to work here. So I don't get to count my Guthrie time towards my Mustang time, but it does count towards my retirement. So if I were to wear my accolades, but I'll be honest, man, I've got a little set of wings that I could wear because I'm an accident reconstructionist. It takes time to line all that stuff.
Right, to get it in line.
Since I'm not mandated to wear it, I don't. There's a lot of us that have awards that we don't wear on our uniform, just because it takes time to line it up. There's a certain way you have to wear it. It all has to be lined up. And really, honestly, it's not mandated. So you might be talking to a Medal of Valor or Medal of Honor recipient and not know it because he doesn't want to wear those. He's not required to by policy.
Right.
And he doesn't want to wear those all the time. You're required to wear your collar brass if you're a ranking officer, and then obviously you're required to wear your badge and stuff. So the other accolades and stuff, we're such a small department. I mean, you can see we know who the accident reconstructionists are. We know who the traffic guys are and things like that. So we don't necessarily need to see that.
Okay. Thank you very, very much.
No
This is a
problem.
very pleasant interaction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I do appreciate it. A lot better than the last one I had.
I'll be honest with you. In Mustang, we're a good town. We're a good community. We're a really good department. I understand your concerns on that, and so will the chief. He's open to have dialogue about it for sure.
Okay.
If you've got any other questions or anything, feel free to ring me one of these buzzers and have them call me up, or any one of us will talk to you and answer any of your questions.
Thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate it.